I'm AJ Urmston Toft, and we are here with another episode of the Darts World Profile. And joining me today is Tom Sykes. How are you doing today, Tom?
Really good. Really good, yeah.
Good stuff. You've had a busy week at the Unicorn launch, and obviously you've been playing your exploits at the MODUS Super Series, and congratulations on the win there.
Thank you.
So, as you know, 10 questions, same 10 questions for all the people that we interview on the profile. And we first start off with, what was your first set of darts?
Adrian Lewis Unicorn darts. I used to absolutely love playing with them when I was younger. I had about 3 sets of them, and now I can't find any.
They are the I like to call the rocking horse poo of darts
Yes.
at the moment.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, I
so
know.
often, especially the tapered nose version
Yeah.
as well. Not the double bull nose, but the tapered nose. They are very sought after at the moment. But how many sets of darts have you had between that first set of darts and now your current setup? How many transitions do you think you've had?
I've had quite a few to be fair. But I used to have like the same 4 or 5 sets probably.
Yeah,
And I used to play with one, and then as soon as I lost with them darts, I'd be like, oh, throw them away, and then I'd change to another one. But I'd always go back to the same 4 or 5.
it's not you, it's the darts that's the problem.
Yeah, definitely.
Brilliant. So, what's your hobby outside of darts? What's your favourite hobby?
Mainly I go to watch Castleford Tigers rugby league.
Yeah,
That's the main thing that I do outside of playing.
hence the nickname.
Yes.
Excellent stuff. And at the moment, what would you say is your favourite competition to watch or to play in?
To watch, definitely the World Championships.
Yeah.
To play in, I'd say the MODUS Super Series for me is the best one that I've played in.
You've done really well in the MODUS Super Series each time you've turned up. I mean, it's with some players you'll see that steady increase in performance and that the stories I like to call it, where the first time they might have arrived and not played particularly well, but they've learned and they've developed and grew, like a Tom
Yeah.
Sneed, who a few times has not a Carl Sneed, should I say, who first time around wasn't firing on all cylinders, then got into finals night on his latest voyage into the MODUS Super Series. But yourself, you just seem to have just hit the ground running and performed extremely well right from the get-go.
Yeah, I don't even know what it is. It's just I don't know what it is. It might be something about the building that I play in or whatever. I don't know, but yeah, I really really enjoy playing down there. All the people are great, and yeah, it's a really nice place to play.
Brilliant, brilliant. So, fourth question, what do you prefer, tea or coffee?
Coffee definitely.
Right, and what's your go-to on the coffee? Are you a latte, or do you like an espresso, or do you like to change it up every now and again?
Um, it depends. Depends what mood I'm feeling. Normally I get a latte if I go anywhere properly. Yeah.
Excellent stuff. So, who is your best friend in darts?
Ooh. Um, I've got quite a few to be fair. I I, I wouldn't say I've got one specific one. The only one that I'd probably say is Josh Clough, maybe
Okay.
the referee. But well,
Yeah.
obviously it was a referee. He's decided that he wants to play properly now, obviously. But he's one of the guys that I met first and got to know really in darts.
Yeah, because when you go to all the tournaments around the country and around Europe, it's like sometimes you kind of settle on a group of people, and then it's just how many of that group turn up at various events, and you kind of just sit around them more often than not. But do you have like a when you're traveling, do you travel in a big group, or is it just you and someone else, or do you just go by yourself?
It depends where I go really. If I go local ones, there's a lot of people there that I'll sit with. But if I go to like PDC, like Challenge Tour or whatever, I sit with a lot of the county guys. So
Yeah,
it just
yeah,
depends where I'm going really.
right, no problem. And when you're away, what is your choice of takeaway?
Ooh, I like everything. So but mostly I'd say either a kebab or Chinese.
Right. And what's your go-to on the Chinese?
Salt and pepper chicken and curry
Uh,
sauce. I love it.
yeah, I think that's a lot of people's favourites. That's
Yeah.
all. So Obviously, you've mentioned the MODUS Super Series venue, the in Portsmouth being one of your favourite venues, but have you got another venue that you really love to play in?
that I'd love to play in.
No, that you love playing in so far.
Oh,
So,
that I love
gone to
playing
like
in.
Challenge Tour or anything, or
Um,
County, perhaps.
the county venues, I do like playing in the county venue, especially like if it's against Lancashire and it's
Yes.
packed to the rafters. That's always a good place to play. But
The timing of
yeah,
that game is always questionable at the moment because it's always at the time of Q School and Challenge Tour. It always seems to be one of them weekends. And I
yeah,
think with a lot of both players in Yorkshire and Lancashire, it does make that fixture suffer, I think. I
yeah,
mean, it used to be the fixture on the calendar. Me being from Lancashire and yourself from Yorkshire, it's always the one that you always try and circle and you go, right, I'm best not book anything around that time or anything like that. But now it's just there's so much starts going on with multiple combs. It just
yeah.
seems to be forgotten about.
Which is a shame, really, because
Yeah.
when both teams are there, full strength, it's a really good game to be involved in. But
Yeah. And you could
obviously you can't help what's planned
yeah.
around it, can you?
That's it. I mean, maybe a change of fixtures. I mean, it was always the last game of the season, if I remember correctly, when I was playing counter,
Yeah,
but
it
it
was when
seems
I
to have
first
moved
started. Yeah,
into the middle.
yeah. And it's always like you say, it's always Q school week. Like same again this year. It's the same time again.
So, so moving on from there, what was the last song that you've listened to?
Ooh, I have no idea. I can't remember. Um,
Are
I
you
think
a
it was
radio guy and just have whatever's the radio on, or do you have a playlist on your phone in the car, or
yeah. Well, it's normally my missus's playlist in the car, but I can't even remember. I think it was something by Westlife. I think.
we'll say no more. We'll say no more. So, what at the moment is your best starting memory?
um, my best starting memory, probably my first Modus weekly win. Um, obviously getting down there the first time I was top of the league in Group C after the first day, and then made a bit of a mess of it and ended up not qualifying. But after that, I've been to a finals night ever since, and to get that first win was special.
Yeah, it was a great match. Was it the one against Scott Taylor? No, that was that Champions Week.
No, that was Champions Week. Yeah,
That was Champions Week. Yeah, because that was a fantastic game. I mean, I know Scott well, obviously being around the same neck of the woods, and he's
yeah,
always one of them players where you watch him play and you're going, right, he's not firing on all cylinders, and then all of a sudden, out of
he
nowhere, he
just
just
puts
seems
in.
to
Yeah,
pick up a big checkout, and you're going, oh, right, he's
yeah,
arrived, and it's like you need to try and get the game over as quickly as possible because he is one of them players where it might be a slow start, but you know he's got to get better.
yeah.
But it
He
was a
always gets better.
yeah, it was a tremendous game between you two, and I mean, I've noticed in your interviews on your Modus weekly wins, there's I wouldn't say needle, but it's just that acknowledgement that you're both there, and there's that potential again, and having not a rivalry, but just a competitive that between you, it just makes it just all the more interesting, especially for the viewers.
Yeah, I think it's because he's like you say, it's more of a Yorkshire Lancashire thing than a bit
Yes,
of needle. But I've known Scott for years. We played county youth against each other,
yeah.
and we always have a laugh when we're down there together. And it's always good banter in practice room. But yeah, there's no needle there. It's just a bit of fun.
That's it. That's it. People need to.
Unless he beats me again, and then I might be upset.
Now it's personal. Now it's personal. And final question: what is your favorite TV program or film?
TV program probably Friends
Really?
and film Happy Gilmore by a mile.
Oh, what a film! It's one of them. They keep now playing it on ITV4. It's one of, and anytime it's on, it's like I've got
Yeah,
to watch
I
this.
absolutely love Happy Gilmore. It's quality.
Yeah, it is a great film, and there's so many cameos as well that you forget about. Like you've got
Yeah.
Jaws from James Bond films, and you've got Carl Withers, who was Apollo Creed in the Rocky films, and all. It's just so many. nods and things like that. It's such a great film. But Adam Sandler,
Oh,
that is peak Adam Sandler. Then first couple of films he did with Happy Gilmore, Big Daddy, and stuff like that. It's just couldn't do it nowadays, I don't think. But over time, it was fantastic.
yeah, I love watching. But to be fair, anything with Adam Sandler in,
Yeah, the
Adam
grown-up
Sandler or Jim
films, they're
Carrey,
brilliant
Jim
as
Carrey
well.
for me. Jim Carrey for me is cracking as well, like Ace Ventura and stuff like that. I love
Yes, and all righty then. So,
that.
on that note, I just want to say thank you very much for taking the time out to be on the profile.
Not a problem.
Thanks very much again.
Cheers.
All done.